Welcome everyone to our bite-sized labour law updates, where we aim to give you all the labour law updates that are happening across the region in 5 minutes or less. If you want to find out any more information about these updates, you can visit our Labour Law Insider page, where we track all the legislation changes that are happening across APAC and the Middle East. So I'll hand over to you, Angie, to get us started with mainland China.
Okay, we got two updates from China. The first one is China government mandates stricter enforcement of the social insurance contribution. So effective from the 1st of September, any agreement to waive the mandatory social insurance is invalid. The employee has the right to terminate contracts and receive severance if their employer fails to enroll them in the social insurance. And the employer really need to pay any owner contribution retroactively. Or the business owner in China really need to be aware of this. The second update is related to the parenting subsidy policy, effective from the 1st of January. This scheme supports families with children under 3 years old. The subsidy is 3,600 RMB per child per year, which is tax exempt. Any employee have this circumstance, they can apply online or offline via the local authorities. Over to you.
Thanks, Angie. A lot of measures aimed at encouraging children at the moment are happening across all the region. In Hong Kong, we are trying to protect the local workforce a bit more. So the government has come out and basically said that you need to try and hire for 6 weeks if you're hiring things like cooks or waitresses and stuff like that to try and protect the local employment. In terms of the UAE, there's just one sort of main change that's happened in Sharjah. So basically, the government employee probation period has been extended to 9 months. As most people will be aware, generally it's 6 months across the UAE, but in that emirate it has been extended. Just as a side note, we do have our UAE labour law and compliance workshop coming up. I think it's next week. So if you want to join that and find out what else is happening, please feel free to. In Saudi Arabia, we have Saudiization going on, so quotas have been increased in a number of industries. So this is typically aimed at like government and large companies, but it's something to make sure you keep in mind if you are employing in those locations. In Singapore, we have some labour law updates happening around retail progressive wage. So the recommended wages for basically retail assistants, senior cashiers, assistant retail supervisors, and retail managers have been increased to make sure that those are the indicative guides across the region. The enhanced progressive wage credit scheme for 2025 and 2026 has been announced as well. So the government will co-fund 40% of qualifying wage increases in those years. It applies to Singapore citizens and PRs earning grossly monthly wages of up to 3,000 per month, and employees must receive at least an annual wage increase of at least 100 Sing to qualify for that as well. In terms of minimum wage increases, there have been a few across the region. So we've seen them happening in Cambodia, Japan, Philippines, South Korea. Make sure that you are aware of those changes happening and the effective dates on those when you head into 2026 to make sure that you're compliant with the local labour law and payroll law as well. So thank you very much for joining our labour law updates and our bite-sized updates. If you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to talk about your needs or your desires in any of the APAC or Middle East countries. Please feel free to contact the team or I, and we can happy to take your conversation forward. Thank you.